Okay guys, big news. FTMO back for US traders. No, I'm not kidding. This is actually the news that is going around right now. In this video, I'm going to be talking about that. We're going to be diving deep. We're going to get all the information we can on this. We're going to be looking at as much information. We're going to get all the facts and we're going to be bringing it to you. So with that being said, guys, let's dive straight in. All right, guys. So like I said, huge news in the prop firm world. FTMO, one of the most trusted prop firms in the industry, one that has been around for the longest, is back in the United States. So if you are a US trader and you've been waiting to take a challenge with them again, it might feel like a green light. But is this really the return of their traditional prop firm challenges, or is it something different? So in this video, I'll break down what FTMO's comeback actually is, why it's happening now, and what you might need to know before you actually sign up. And then make sure you stick around till the end, because I'm also going to be talking about how members in our community are taking challenges without actually paying for them. Ooh, interesting. So we're going to be diving into why FTMO is partnering with OANDA and why US traders will be trading in a simulated account, much like they have, but there is a difference. There's a lot of difference in their communication, in the actual way they're presenting this. And then, like I said, we're also gonna be talking about a very interesting tool that we are using here, but that's for later. So as we know, guys, the US prop trading landscape has changed dramatically over the last 18 months because of things like my forex funds collapsing and then MetaQuotes blocking certain firms from trading in the States. So big companies like FTMO, the 5% is pulling out and no longer allowing US traders to trade. And we all have seen this. We all kind of know about that. And then that kind of did open up the doors for a lot more people in the States trading futures, you know, big prop firms like TopStep, Apex, kind of filling the gap over there. But now the king of CFD prop firms, FTMO, is back on the table, but they are now back with new rules and new models. So let's just start by going back and looking at why FTMO originally left the US and why this matters. Okay, so early in 2024, FTMO stopped accepting US clients due to regulatory and operational challenges. MetaQuotes crackdown on brokers offering MetaTrader platforms in the US added to this uncertainty. As a result, FTMO just said, look, you know, with all this going on, we're going to pull out. We're just going to concentrate on Europe and all the other countries where we are allowed. And they just pulled out. And as a result, we did see the futures industry kind of definitely take a rise in the States. You see a lot of big names like TopStep, Apex, my funded futures kind of step in. And generally, it did become a lot more popular. But it did create a gray zone where US traders had very few options trading CFD-based prop firms. So we did see a lot of the prop firms that were kind of, you know, staying in the States and still offering to the States, just pulling MetaTrader off the table and saying that we are still offering, but we are going to bring in, you know, the other platforms. It was still available, but for the people that were kind of, you know, massive fans of MT4, MT5, obviously it was no longer a thing. And then the companies like FTMO, 5%ers, and a few other big names kind of pulling out completely and saying we're not going to be offering our service to the States. So now what has changed? It looks like there's this new partnership with FTMO, and why this is different. So on 26th of August, 2025, just recently, FTMO announced a strategic partnership with OANDA, a US regulated broker, to make modern prop trading, very important there, guys, modern prop trading accessible to the US market. Now I'm going to be going into why I'm kind of pointing out that word modern, because just follow with me. FTMO's co-founders said that the goal is to offer their product globally and that OANDA's infrastructure and regulations make this possible. So here's the key, guys. FTMO will not fund traders directly. Instead, US residents will gain access to an educational platform and simulated trading tools. So very, very interesting how they are changing. And if you look at all the information and the stuff on, even on the FTMO side, now the FTMO site that you're accessing is directly through OANDA. It's oanda.ftmo or ftmo.oanda. So it's all kind of redirecting through OANDA. So going back, guys, like I said, US residents will gain access to educational platform and simulated tools. Participants trade with simulated capital through an FTMO Rewards Account, guys. So you no longer have a funded account. And I want to just point this out, how a lot of the terminologies and kind of the wording have been very, very specifically, created for this new new era in prop trading, right? So FTMO Rewards Account, where you are earning rewards based on performance. So very much in the same way, you make your profit and you get a profit split, you get a payout. All of these terms are not there anymore. There's no payouts, there's no profit splits. They're now talking about rewards. There's no real capital or financial transaction involved, meaning it's technically a demo environment. I think this is kind of where they're shifting to, right? Now, very important, guys, and something that is definitely worth noting here. The partnership is separate from FTMO Group's pending acquisition of OANDA Global Corporation, which still requires regulatory approval. Both firms will continue to operate as independent entities, guys. So very, very important noting that as well. So now let's go into what makes this launch unique for US traders. So FTMO's return is notable because it is now offering MT5 access to US clients again, which is massive, a first for prop firms in a long time. And this is all thanks to OANDA's retail foreign exchange dealer RFED license. So because they're partnering with OANDA and OANDA has the licensing for this, they can now offer MT5 again, which is huge and massive for, clients that want to go back to MT5 with FTMO. Now, other firms like the Fivers are also returning apparently through platforms like CTrader. They have prepared for months to re-enter the US market. But the key takeaway here, guys, is that any prop firm can now potentially re-enter if they partner with a regulated broker and secure a strong legal opinion, right? So this is just showing that now, provided that you're doing it the right way. And again, FTMO, as they always have been, the leaders in innovation when it comes to prop trading, guys. These guys are the big names, and they've always been the guys that kind of lead the way when it comes to. And I think what they're doing now, partnering and kind of changing the whole way they are marketing this product and how they are kind of using a completely different lot of terminologies for how they are trading, but it even goes deeper. So with that being said, guys, let's go deeper here and look at how the FTMO rewards accounts actually work and what it is we know so far about this. So FTMO describes the rewards account as a demo environment with simulated capital and real market quotes. US traders complete an evaluation to become an FTMO verified prop trader and then trade in a simulated account. So from that point of view, all sounds very much the same as what we've always done, right? You take a challenge and you become a funded trader, but they are not using the word funded anymore. Here they are very, very specific with their wording, FTMO verified prop trader, right? Now, this is also really interesting, guys. Top performing US prop traders may also be invited to become signal providers. OANDA Prop US Corporation might trade its own capital based on these signals, but the trader's environment remains simulated. This is really important. This is now they're talking about potentially taking the better traders, the traders that, are proving themselves as, prop firm traders, as the verified prop firm traders, are going to have the option to potentially have their trades become signals for OANDA Prop US Corporation. Now, this might even go further, but it opens up a whole new door, guys, because now, this makes it so that if this, now, I don't know if this is going to be the case right now, as soon as you go in, but I imagine this is something they are going to work towards. But from my point of view, this solves so many issues when it comes to the prop firm business model, right? Because we've all know the business model and how it works. The more money you make, the less they want you, really, because they have to pay you from the money they make from challenges, right? And that's how it's always been. But if you have a system, a prop firm business model that the good traders, the traders that are making consistent money, are also making the prop firm money, then it becomes a win-win. And then these traders and the prop firms will actually work in alignment, which has never been the case, right? So that in itself is very, very exciting, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. But let's keep going on, guys. So all of this whole structure that they've brought in now lets FTMO comply with US regulations, avoiding issues that shut down previous CFDs and MetaTrader prop accounts. However, it also means that prop accounts you receive is not real funded accounts, and instead you earn rewards for performance in the simulated environment. So they are no longer calling it, payouts or profit splits or anything like that. You are just getting rewarded for, trading well in your simulated account. So they are very, very specific about how they are restructuring this, which I think is very, very smart. And I think this could reshape how other prop firms come into this as well. Other prop firms could definitely be following, and I don't see why they wouldn't, because if this is getting regulators off their back, then obviously it's going to be something that other prop firms are going to follow. So let's now have a look at the financial health of FTMO and the reason for their confidence. So as we know, guys, FTMO is possibly one of the biggest, if not the biggest prop firm around. So going back to 2023, FTMO generated nearly $213 million in revenue, which is a 20% increase from the previous year. In net profit, that was about $79.3 million, right? So this definitely shows that the company is financially stable and can invest in much bigger projects and new projects just like this. So what is the implication for US prop trading? So this launch signals a shift. CFD-based prop firm trading may grow again in the US after futures prop firms have dominated the market, and FTMO's MT5 access could attract many traders who prefer forex and CFD instruments over the futures. This is something else I want to talk about, right? So the fact that FTMO is coming back so strong, talking about, the whole business model, these guys with this whole new model and all this excitement definitely are going to attract a lot of business, and they for sure are going to be getting a lot of signups. So I don't think these guys are worried about, capital. I don't think these guys have ever worried about capital. So if there was ever a prop firm to kind of bring in something new, FTMO is definitely the guy. So now at the same time, the model emphasizes education and risk management rather than direct funding, aligning with FTMO's long-standing focus on trading over speculation, right? So let's have a look further and let's try and understand what you're signing up for when you do. So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously FTMO USA is not offering traditional funded accounts. We've talked about that, how they're very specific with their wording. You'll trade on a simulated environment and earn rewards based on performance. So this is very interesting, and it'll be very interesting to see what this actually means. So this is the website now, guys. So you see here, it's ftmo.oanda.com, and look at a lot of the actual wording here: grow and monetize your demo trading. But if we actually go to how it works here, guys, so you have the kind of first, the FTMO challenge, the verification, which is all very much the same as it was before. Now, FTMO reward account, pass the FTMO challenge and verification and progress towards the FTMO rewards account. So you can get up to 90% of your simulated profits, which again is like a 90% profit split, but they're not using those terms. FTMO rewards accounts of up to 200,000, performance coaching sessions, and then progress to premium program. So I would imagine that the premium program is where they would actually say, okay, we're going to be using your trades, kind of on real accounts. So this is where, that could be a massive thing. And this could be a massive shift in the right direction for the whole prop firm industry, and how it has always worked, and how, I think it should work, so that you are trading, and if you are successful, you are not only making money for yourself, but you're making money for the prop firm as well. So if they're going to use your trades as signals and they are actually making real money, then it makes sense for them to keep the good traders around, right? And then there becomes this much, much better environment where the prop firms actually want good traders, which is kind of what we've wanted all the time, right? Because we all know that how it works now is they actually don't want the good traders, because the good traders are eating away at their capital. So very interesting, guys. So let's have a look here. So you can see here we've got profit target. So it's very much the same. Step 1 is 10%, step 2 is 5%. So everything looks pretty much the same when you're looking at the challenge. It's just they've changed. Even here, there's no more profit split. It just says average reward, right? So you're looking at like a 5% reward based on global average. So they're looking at an average of what people are making. So 5%. Pricing is very similar. Maybe, I think it's pretty much the same in terms of how they are currently priced. And then where did I see here where it said show steps? So trading objective, profit target, daily trading. So everything else is the same, guys. Refund, you get 100% of your refund, and then your rewards up to 90% of the simulated account, right? So very interesting. What you'll also get access to is FTMO Academy, psychology course, live metrics, economic calendar, equity simulator, blah, blah, blah. So everything seems to be very much the same if you're looking at the actual challenge. It's just the wording. They've changed completely how they word everything. So it looks like they're kind of repositioning themselves more as training and education where you get rewarded based on what you've learned. I would imagine that's kind of how they are kind of doing this. So treat the FTMO US Challenge as a paid training program. Use the demo environment to test strategies, practice discipline, risk management, and build track record. And remember, FTMO has allowed over 4 million customers to improve trading skills without risking capital. So yeah, it's really interesting, guys. So with that being said, obviously with FTMO coming back, it's now, bringing in a whole new potential lot of prop firms doing something similar. So, especially for the US clients, watch the space. I think over the next few months, it's going to get very interesting. Very interesting to see how this actually plays out. Even though I've been allowed to trade FTMO for a long time, I'm interested in signing up for this if I can. I don't know if non-US residents or customers can sign up for this, although it's exactly the same. But we have got a lot of US people on the team that probably will be signing up for this as well and using our product because like I mentioned before, guys, we have a lot of, and this is a little golden nugget I said that I was going to mention to you guys, that our system and our blueprint is very specifically designed to pass prop firm challenges. And it's because of this that we are always interested in this kind of news. And this is why this news is so great, because a lot of our clients and a lot of our members are from the States. We have members from all over the world. But when this happened, it was a kind of a big kickback because all of a sudden we had, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the big prop firms we always suggested suddenly that we couldn't suggest to our US clients. But anyway, as a result, we've got still a huge list of accounts that our clients use. But one of the main things, and one of the things that has been an absolute game changer for our community is, like I said, is the opportunity to not only take these challenges, but essentially get almost an 80 to 100% discount on the challenge fee. And how do we do that? So essentially what we've been doing is we have our EA that trades the prop firm account, trades the challenge, and does very well at that. But, nothing is 100%. And we have a very set funded rate. It is probably higher than a lot of the best prop firm traders out there. But there's still times that you're going to fail, right? So one of the biggest trepidations is like, I don't want to be putting money into these prop firm challenges, and then every time I lose, for example, a 100K account, I'm losing $500. So what we've done is we've created a kind of a friend bot to our bot that trades the prop firm challenges, and we call it the hedge bot. And the hedge bot, and they hold hands and they kind of talk to each other, but they do opposites, right? So whatever the prop firm, the Titan X, the bot is doing on your prop firm account, the hedging bot is doing the opposite. And what this means is that when you do fail a challenge, you are able to make, in most cases, anywhere from 80 to 100% of your fee back. So how you can look at this is pretty much a guaranteed, 70 to 100% discount code on any challenge that you take. Now, if you already have got a discount code, you're going to be getting an extra 80%, let's say, on that as well. So for the most part, we are paying very, very little for our prop firm challenges, and it's going very, very well. It's going so well, in fact, that we've got over 1,250. In fact, I think we are nearing 1,500 now of our members funded with prop firms. And we have a huge portion of those who have actually been funded $1 million or more. So yeah, it's going incredibly well. And this is why this is such good news, because, you know, the more prop firms we can use, the better. So with that being said, guys, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Have you guys looked into this? What do you think about FTMO coming back? Are you guys excited? Are you excited about the new kind of terminologies they're using? What are your thoughts on how they're coming back and the new partnership with a big prop firm? I mean, and the new partnership with a big broker like OANDA. What do you guys think this means for the future of prop firm trading? Me personally, I think it's a good thing. I only can see this as a good thing. A big firm like FTMO coming back into the US space, I think is just going to be the start. So I'm super excited to see where this all goes. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. If you did like this video, please like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, guys, because this is what we do. We bring all the content as soon as we can. Any big news, we're going to be bringing your way as soon as we can. So that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.